Plea bargaining process starts with a defendant that faces a charge at the time of arraignment. At the time of the arraignment, the defendant is charged the maximum charge of punishment. Prosecutors then present the defendant with an opportunity to plead guilty to a lesser charge with a less than the maximum sentence. A constitutionally valid plea bargain is governed by Rule 11 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. A guilty plea must be voluntarily and intelligent, have a factual basis, and be given by the defendant with the effective assistance of counsel. When a defendant enters a guilty plea, then the defendant waives the privilege against self-incrimination, the right to a jury trial, the right to confront one's accusers, and the right to compulsory attendance of favorable witnesses. The role of a judge in the plea bargaining process is limited. This process is compiled by the prosecution and the defense negotiating the charges and the sentencing concessions that form the exchange for the defendant's guilty plea and waiver of rights. However, the judge needs to be present when the plea is entered formally into a courtroom. Some presiding judges depart from the sentences due to an appeal or a reversal for violating the guidelines. My opinion of whether plea bargaining is a benefit to the United States criminal justice system would have to be yes. I would agree that plea bargaining is a benefit to the United States criminal justice system only because the advantage of exchanging information about criminal sources would be greater to aid the fight against crime. I would have to agree with some of my fellow classmates that plea bargaining is a concern. The likelihood of a defendant that can afford has a better chance to receive a favorable verdict, unlike someone who cannot afford a defense team. I have researched in the past that when an appointed public defender has too many caseloads, they will most likely consider the plea bargaining choice because it is the easiest option.